I can still read. The movie poster can be a movie poster.
Can This Love Be Translated? I think is the name of the title. Immortal Consequences.
So the book's on the shelf. This is the one, Aether and Bone. I'm going to teach my kids how to use this. Hello. This is not normal. No, my eye has been hurting and it seems blocking out, and just making sure it's like pitch black somehow helps. So I created my own makeshift pirate eye mask thing. Gladly, even with this, I can still read. So this is one of those times where I'm happy I can switch back and forth between the physical book and an e-reader, just because an e-reader still has some form of light, as you know, although it's not as bad as other gadgets out there. Times like this, the book, the physical book, is my best friend. We went out today and I got some stuff for my desk, like these things. I still crochet, so that when I do crochet, I want to be able to have a place where I can put the yarn in and be able to thread it out somewhere. So these types of baskets where it has holes, or even this slot here, plus it coming with a lid, is perfect. I got two because I think I'm going to want to create these eyeglass holders just like this here. I think I've got a really good pattern down for the base or the body. The details need a little bit more work, but just the base alone, I think it's pretty good. So I'm going to make that and maybe make more coasters, because the one I have created is starting to get dirty, and so I'm going to put this in the wash. And I can't find the other coaster that I created. So I think I'm going to make another one. I am trying to get back to the feeling of just turning on the camera, pressing record, and vlogging. I don't know. I think I've really lost my way in terms of creating content this last few years. With social media, making things fast, convenient, and me, my personality, not wanting to have to put in so much work. And with me kind of leaning into that convenience that, hey, you could literally create something short and quick and then post it, I think I've lost that feeling of wanting to save things for the best of it. Meaning, I don't have to keep sharing clips of what I plan to put on a full video. I think I'm really going to just separate what I use social media for and YouTube, where more of the usual things that I would like to share would probably, in video format, would probably go to YouTube. Instagram, it really was just a place for me to dump photos initially, because that was what Instagram was made for earlier. And then you've got reels and all that. And I think I'm going to reel it back, pun intended, and try not to post too much on there. I think the book mails, though, will continue, because those are things that are quick and easy. And I don't know if book mail opening on YouTube is that exciting compared to seeing it in a vertical format and sharing it really quickly on Instagram or Threads. So maybe that will live on there, but everything else, I think it's going to be on YouTube. That means I'm going to try and not overshare things as well, especially on stories, because that's where I kind of feel that I don't want to do YouTube anymore, because I share a lot of things on my stories. And because it's there, I think to myself, I don't, I can take my time, because at least it's out there already. But no, no. Telling myself I can take my time makes me lazy, makes me complacent, and I typically not end up doing it. So, again, this is me attempting to just hit record and edit these videos so that also they don't sit in my hard drive for long. Because I will literally keep something in my hard drive for years and years and years, thinking, oh, I could use it someday. Well, it's been years later, and someday never came. And when someday does come, I forget about it. Someday, as in me wanting to create something or edit a video. Yeah. And rather than buying another hard drive, I think I'm just going to actually start deleting some things off after I use them. I will keep a copy of the final edit of whatever it is I have made and delete everything else. I've always justified to myself in the past that, oh, the reason why is because what if I want to have behind the scenes or anything like that? Well, it's been years and there really hasn't been a reason for me to do that. I guess I was just being very morbid for my reasoning, as in, when somebody dies and you want to be able to have videos of them or things like that, but I don't want to live up for that. No, at least I don't think so. And honestly, these are videos of me, my family, and people that I know. If I need to, and I keep telling myself these days that if I need a video just to remind myself of who they are and what they were to me, for me, maybe we were never really that close. And if I forget certain memories, then I forget certain memories. And if somebody brings it up in the future, it's story time. They can tell me what happened, and I can be reminded of something that I don't remember happening. Yes, these thoughts that come into my mind when I am one eye out and have a migraine. Anyway, so I am still reading Project Hail Mary, and I keep hearing about the movie that's already out because it is out. And after reading just the first few chapters, I really want to watch the movie myself. The dude is hilarious. I would really love to see the adaptation of this come to life. So I need to make headway reading Project Hail Mary. And why is this on? I don't know why. Also, can we talk about how publishers change the cover of physical books to be able to mimic the movie poster? Because although I know Ryan Gosling is a very buzzed man, especially for the ladies, I really prefer that for physical books, just keep whatever the original book cover was. The movie poster can be a movie poster, that's what it's for. But don't change book covers to mimic the actual movie poster. I'm not a fan of it. The movie poster is nice. It's not to say that it looks ugly, not at all. It's just I love seeing the original idea of what it was and the thought behind the book cover that it was meant to be. And whoever created the original art and worked with the author, it put in a lot of work to really decide on what the idea would look like before a thought of a movie came to be. So let's honor that and keep the original book cover. Now, special editions, okay, I can be behind that, I guess. If you change the book cover to be similar to the poster, add a bit some sprayed edges, make limited copies of those, sure, but don't change everything moving forward to whatever the movie poster was. Because to those of us who actually read the book, we read the book. We like the book. Do people really think that moviegoers will end up wanting to read the book? Because for the length of my life where I was not a book reader, no, I never cared for it. I'm not the entire population. I know that. However, come on. Really? Do we really expect moviegoers to suddenly want to buy the book after? And those who actually care about the book are the ones who are reading the book before the movie came out. I'm ranting, but those are my thoughts about it. Now, I am feeling like I want to crochet something actually. However, I have a stiff neck. So, other than this, I have some salon pass right here. So, I have a strained neck, which I think is causing kind of or adding to this headache that I have. So, it's difficult. I hate when I feel like I want to do something, but my body is telling me if you do that, you're just going to end up breaking your body even more because crocheting and reading books are not exactly the friendliest on my neck, especially the positions I'm in when I am crocheting and reading books. And yet, still, do I care? Do I not care? I don't know. Anyway, I'll continue reading Project Hail Mary because honestly, Anathema is waiting for me. I really want to read her. Hello, everybody. It is Monday and it's a work night. And I have moved the recliner and I am making it my working chair right now because my neck is still in pain. And I just want to be able to lie down while being able to work. So, this is my setup for today. And at least I can easily get up as well, just like that. Here I am, working desk with a recliner. And if I need a break, immediate lie down. I have been having this pain for a while. It keeps coming back. I placed Salon Pass on this. I don't know if there's an equivalent name for this, but basically those patches that you put for bruises on your body because it emits some sort of cooling sensation. You know, whatever those patches are, that's called in your area, but that's the thing. I've been placing them on my neck and my back. I decided to take them off for today. Maybe I will put again later on, but right now I'm so tired of having to deal with this. This recliner is my answer for it right now. That at least while I'm working, I am seated pretty comfortably. But I wanted to give an update. I'm still reading Project Hail Mary. There's nothing wrong with this. I find this hilarious. I just really don't have the time to read. I'm still in chapter 4, guys. I'm still in chapter 4. After days of picking this up. I made some headway the other day being able to go to one chapter full without breaks, without anybody interrupting me or without being interrupted at all. But we will plow through.
Hello. It is the next day, and I fell asleep earlier than usual. Not early in terms of the usual normal time to sleep, but earlier than I would. I excused myself from work because I was just not feeling well and I was starting to burn up. So, yes, but I woke up today and we just had book mail. So, posted on it on Instagram and Threads if you want to see that, or a short here on YouTube as well. I'm now going to edit said video that I just filmed and hopefully edit this video as a start. Look at the bookmarks I got from today's book mail. Very nice, very nice. Those scenic routes. I hope that I am not insulting whoever created this, but it really looks very AI created. Now, I have nothing wrong with the use of AR for things like this. I'm just pointing it out. This one is not. This is the bookmark I already have and have had for a while. You know, Fourth Wing. I made more progress than usual with Project Hail Mary. This is gonna be a while because I'm just not feeling well. And when I am not feeling well, I kind of just wanna not use my brain. So we started watching a Korean drama. It's something to do with the translator guy, Kim Seon Ho. Um, can this love be um, what's the word? Translated? Can this love be translated? I think is the name of the title. If you guys watch Korean drama, you know what it is from me having just said that. And Kim Seon Ho. This I will say when I actually did do work last night and I attended a meeting, few meetings actually, using the recliner as my work chair has been amazing. It definitely helped with my neck pain, and with my neck pain not as evident, my migraine lessened as well. I long for the day where this pain is completely gone. I do want to go back to the chiropractor and get an adjustment. I know a lot of people have different feelings about the chiropractor, but to me, I like it even if it's temporary because that immediate fix that relieves the pain, because it happens for me every time. I am relieved of the pain that I feel typically on my neck and shoulders after getting a chiropractic adjustment. And that is gold for me because I need that immediate relief because I have kids and I work at night. And so I can't keep suffering while doing all these things. So that's me. Maybe there's a long term solution somewhere, but right now, that's golden for me. I once saw somebody do this. They took their mic and they clipped it on their hair like this. Wait, I probably want to clip it a little lower. Hello, hello. Can I be heard like this? Let's give this a shot. Let's see if it's any good. This is probably one of the reasons why I had to grow out my hair. For this very purpose. I am actually planning on getting a shotgun mic. I am really starting to get inconvenienced by needing to turn on and off and ensure that this thing is plugged. So, yeah, it is a weekend and I feeling better today. It's nice to be able to actually wake up during the day. I have started reading Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie. I don't know if I have yet, but let's have you guys see what this book looks like. So, Immortal Consequences. So, if you open it up, it's blank. Closing it without the dust jacket. And then the side profile. If that's even focusing. Yes. And then the back. So I'm gonna stay away so it focuses on that. Same thing, there's nothing, and it's just black. And from the front, the side, the back. Look at that beautiful sprayed edge. Yes. Currently now on page 23 of this book. I decided to crochet some stuff yesterday. I'm testing out a pattern again for an eyeglass holder. So let me show you. I had created this type of eyeglass holder. It's nice and stiff because the yarn that I used was that material too. So that's how it looks like. However, I have a lot of these types of yarn. It's nice and soft, kind of milky-ish. So I'm trying to find a pattern that would work for this because the pattern for this works for this type of yarn. It does not, however, work very well with this. After trying it, I was like, it doesn't look so good. So I had to change a few things in the pattern to kind of accommodate this type. I probably plan to make a bunch of these to use up my yarn and then maybe sell them. I do have an online shop, so I think I'm going to bulk create and then once I'm done, I'll probably sell. So some probably can be just plain like this, and then some will then be similar to this where there's like characters or different types of animal looks to it. So that's what I'm doing. Other than that is probably some coasters to make. I am dabbling as well in terms of creating more of the pattern or creating more variations for a Kobo or an e-reader like the one that I created. But I don't know the size of every
e-reader out there. The only one I have right now is a Kobo, and let me show you. I have the Kobo Clara. It's the colored one. Currently, it has a pop socket. But if I remove that, like that, I can insert this in here. So very simple, literally just inserting it in there. And voila! And so it does have a insert so you can put your fingers in there. So that's how it would look. I do need to fix this up a bit because of these areas here. So I'm wondering if this is a viable product. If you're watching this and you have an e-reader, let me know. Would you actually like to have a crocheted holder as another option from the types of pop socket? And you, for example, this one looks a little bulky because I already have a sleeve or whatever this is called, protection. And then I put it over it, so just like that. But it also works if I took this out. Let me just show you. So if I take it out bare, just like that, then inserting it, and there we go. So it works with or without it. So I'm thinking of making stuff like these, different colors, different variations, maybe a pattern at the back. Yes, because when I just got the Kobo, I had no protection for it. So I was like, let me whip up something real quick before these arrive, because I ordered them after I received the Kobo. So yeah, it was getting pretty dark. So turn the lights on. We were actually supposed to head for Cebu today, but something wrong with the car. So TBD on that, if we are still going to continue on. I am trying to decide what exactly I want to do. I really want to be able to do less on my gadgets. That's why I'm recording. I know eventually I'll have to be on the laptop to edit this, but I'd rather that I only end up needing to open it up because I just need to create something more than needing to consume more. I know I've just started Immortal Consequences. I was a little worried earlier because actually, this one that you see here, Aether and Bone, this is actually an e-arc provided to me by the team of Amber Toro. And I reviewed my schedule and it's not due until May. So I have time to read this. That means I have time to read Immortal Consequences as well. My husband decided to do a little rearranging on the books. Yeah, we have more books and more things needed to be added. If you follow me on Instagram and Threads, you'll see that I've been having quite a number of unboxings lately. So we needed to make room for those, and there's still more to come. We need to make more room or get more shelves, redecorate the house, move the furniture, make it one big library. Probably. I do hope the car is fine and that we'll be able to have enough time to drive to bring it into a shop nearby where we're going to be. Yes, it is currently in a shop, but the shop that it's in right now does not have a specific part that the car needs. So our hope is to drive to Cebu because in Cebu there are a lot more shops and more parts available that if we are there, we could put it in the shop where there are parts available for it. I really hope I didn't screw up this entire thing by putting this here and it's not even picking up. It's starting to feel heavy. So the books on the shelves, we still have a lot more up there, and then this. Yup, a lot to go through, which I like. It will keep me busy. It will keep me away from screening. That's my new term, screening. Looking at screens. Although I'm technically looking at the screen right now too on the camera, but I guess this doesn't count. There's the Mortal Consequences on the book stand. This is the one, Aether and Bone. And I even have another sleeve under here, actually. So this one is just to insert it directly inside. So, and then this one is the type where you can read off from it. Hello, we are in Cebu. We spent Easter Day here and it wasn't what we expected, which is a good thing because we actually had fun today. There was a plan for something else originally for Easter. However, because of the time and the circumstances, I'm going to hold this so that it's closer so that you hear my voice more than anything. Anyway, there was a different plan for Easter, but because we couldn't arrive in Cebu as planned, we ended up having to do Easter event that was happening here at the hotel that we're in. And the kids had so much fun, and it was nice seeing them have fun. Of course, the adults didn't participate, so it was really them. And there were a lot because there's my kids and my husband's cousin's kids and my sister's kids. So we were a lot. After that, we went to the mall. We went to a bookstore. We bought some stuff. And I'm so excited because I found something that's equivalent to a Tamagotchi. So they had these electronic pets available at National Bookstore. And I'm going to teach my kids how to use this. It's going to be very interesting for me to see who's going to be the responsible type, caring for their pets, looking at this on the daily. On our way here, because it's like a 30-minute boat ride and then kind of 3 hours drive. 3 hours because it was a holiday and there wasn't much cars. Otherwise, on average, it'd be four to five. But it took us 3 hours. We were listening to Anathema in the car. So my husband and I started reading Anathema. I know I was reading Immortal Consequences, but I received the ebook version of Anathema while my husband was reading the physical, and I decided to get the audiobook as well. So decided to play it on the drive. So far, yeah, I am not loving the story. I mean, it's a great story. Just irks my bones, the type of drama that's happening right now in the beginning. It's a really good build up, but I wish I could get past it already and just go straight to the part where we're more powers and beings and all that already. But I guess all good stories have some melodramatic background, especially with characters like those. If you know, you know. And also, Kobo was pushing out certain ebooks for me to read, and they had The Little Prince on sale. I literally got this for like, was it 35, 60, or 36 something? Just 36 pesos, okay? 36 pesos. That's literally less than $1. So I got The Little Prince. And this is The Little Prince with drawings by the author, with some additional drawings and a short story by Werton Arvell, if I'm reading it right. So, honestly, I have not read The Little Prince. No. So, and as I was reading it, I think this would be a great story to actually tell to my kids. I mean, like read aloud to them. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Continuing this off by reading aloud to them. Anyway, I'm going to teach my kids now how to use their Capybara Pet Edition digital pet.